Hey guys, it's StarrySky and I'm bringing you a video today to do with skill points and your power points on what to prioritise first of all when you're choosing your innates to do with hard light. Now hard light is a precision based power, so what you want to do is you want to take your precision and critical attack and critical chance first of all. So if we start speccing into the trees, now it depends on which weapon you want to start with. Now if you're new to the game, I would recommend starting with the one-handed because it does very good and fast attacks, and then later on I would choose the rifle when you're past level 30 and you're getting into your tier armor. So first of all we'll start with speccing into the one-handed. Right, so of course we want to go down the tree and we want to get our general combos. So let's go down the tree and get that one. That's all the points we want to put in there for the time being. Now we don't want to put the points in any might at all, not just yet. That's the last thing we want to put. So we pretty much will be speccing down the middle of each tree to get, because to do with all the extra critical attack chances you can get, and just to make sure if there's any might or critical magnitude at the bottom. So that's critical attack damage, so let's put that one. More critical attack damage, so we max that one out as well. And pretty much is what we do down all the trees. As you see, a lot of the trees at the bottom will have a critical attack chance. Now that's what we want as hard light, since we're all position based and our combos to do with our weapon attack. It's very important that we get the extra critical chance. So this one has critical attack damage as well, so we max that as well. Now that one's got might, so we don't prioritise that one. Critical attack damage. Now if you're wondering why I haven't gone down straight into the shield tree for the precision 4, it's because if you're new to the game, I wouldn't recommend getting a shield for a DPS weapon. It's very slow and you'll probably regret ending up speccing into it. So I would go straight into one-handed, start with that, and then when you reach level 30 and you can get some good weapons, then you can respec and go down the shield tree to get the extra precision. So as you're leveling, I would prioritise the critical attack chance and damage. But if you are a current hard light DPS and you're inexperienced playing the game, then if you haven't got the skill points to get all the innates, then I would respec and I would go down the shield tree and get the extra precision, then get the critical chance and critical magnitude. And then if you have any skill points afterwards, work on your might after you have gone into your movement tree and got all the resistance and breakout masteries. So as a hard light DPS, might is the last stat we would want to increase on our innates. So as you can see, what I've been doing is I've been going down all the trees just to make sure that I'm only putting points in the middle of the tree to get all the extra boost stats and the extra critical attack damage. And then at the bottom I've been making sure that I've been putting points in the critical attack chance and critical attack damage. So now I've been down the whole tree and I've put points into the precision, critical chance and critical magnitude. So then after that, what we want to do is, personally, this is how I like to do it, I like to put my points in the movement tree to get the resistance and the breakout mastery. Now why do I do this instead of going straight for the might and getting that little bit of extra might added to my stats for? The main reason for is to do with the new content and with the system they put into it, where you're more frequent to being block broken, stunned, or they can block. So the added resistance does actually help out quite a lot with it. And as you'll find out later on, with the amount of times you have to break out, that if you don't have these innates, you find yourself lacking power quite a bit, especially if you get stunned again and you have to break out quickly in consecutive times. So these innates will help out with resistance and power regeneration an awful lot, and you will notice a difference between having them and not having them. So personally, I would, after doing precision, critical chance and critical magnitude, you go into your movement tree and get all the resistance and breakout masteries, and then after that what we do is we go back into the weapon trees and then we max all our might. Now personally, I can't remember which trees have the might in them, because as you can see I have 136 skill points, and I'm just used to pretty much going in all DPS and all troll innates, because I pretty much run standardly a hybrid build. But I'm being honest, this is it. I do my live commentary as I'm doing it. I just don't record a video and then do commentary over it. I personally find it's a more personal experience for subscribers and viewers to see if I'm making any mistakes at the same time. Let's face it, we're all learning the game. Every day is something new. So right, I think I have all the innates. Right, so now let's go straight to the PowerPoints. And as a pure hard light DPS, what we do is go to claws, minigun, ram, chompers, fan, whip fresh, snap trap, and at a point in strafe and run for the supercharge. And then we can go, since we are speccing as a pure DPS, I also personally like to get light barrier. So right, that'll give us 4 points left over, which then we will put into our DPS innates, which is weapons expert. Now this one you get first because it is the chance. We want as much critical attack chance as possible, and then the magnitude or attack damage, whatever you prefer to say. So then after that, personally as a pure hard light DPS, I like the robot sidekick, just because it's always doing damage and the damage does get added to your scorecard. So it's pretty much just free damage, like a gadget run on a turret. And then I like to have the extra 100 HP. So then after that, we've specced into all to the trees and our PowerPoints. The loadout will pretty much be light claws, snap trap, where's ram? There's ram, light barrier, robot sidekick, and our supercharge, strafe and run. So this is pretty much the standard pure DPS loadout I run if I want to run as a proper DPS. Light claws, snap trap, ram, light barrier, robot sidekick, and strafe and run. Right, now let's go and have a look at my stats. Right, now I am full T4 and I do have BD weapon, the prompt box, rings and neck. I haven't quite got one of the, is it a BG neck or is it a FOSS neck, which you can stick one of the layer mods in yet. I haven't managed to get that yet, so I can't change it out. And I do have a level 75 precision utility belt. And in my rings, I am lucky enough to have one of the precision affinities. So my stats as a pure full T4 prompt box ring, pure DPS, stands at 3,518 HP, power of 1,638, defense of 2,387, might 1,654, and my precision of 806. Now this is specced as a pure DPS with all my power points just in DPS innates and in the movement tree. So if we go there and work out how many skill points that is, now math was never my strong point. So give us 16 left over, so 84. If I am wrong, please correct me. So for all the DPS innates in all the weapon trees and the acrobatic movements is 84. But if we would want to put the extra combo in the weapon trees, which I do recommend if you are out of power, would be a power point in Flip Flash, and it does do a lot of damage. And then in Rifle, which will become your primary weapon, is to put a power point in Mortar, because if you find yourself out of power, this will come in very helpful because it's ranged and AoE damage, and it does a lot of damage. So altogether 86 points to max all your DPS innates and movement innates, and to get 2 additional combos that will come in very, very handy. So I hope this video will help out future or new to the game Hard Light DPS, and until next time guys, thanks for watching.